All right, everybody, coming up right now, proof that some people are just not meant to be parents, y'all.
Oh, boy. Also coming up, a Florida driver finds herself living on the edge.
Oh, yeah, can you imagine this? A little bit later on, a popular morning anchor says, I'm done. It's not her. It better not be you.
No,
claiming no amount of money will ever change her mind.
Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English, welcoming you to Daily Flash. We thank you for joining us for this Thursday. A little bit later on, one of my favorite segments we love doing is with Catherine Celery. We're talking about parenthood, and we're going to be talking to her. She has so much great advice. So if you're a parent, you want to stick around, we'll be talking with her in about 10 minutes or so. So stick around for that.
Okay, we also have Matt Doolittle.
Oh, yeah, Matt Doolittle joins us as well. Matty, how are you?
Guys, I finished the Mr. McMahon documentary, and you guys know I'm a giant
Yes.
wrestling fan.
Yes.
I learned nothing. I knew he
Well,
was a
you
horrible
didn't.
person throughout, and then they just rehashed a bunch of stuff. So it's like, if you're a wrestling fan, like my wife and I are, we're like, yeah, we already watched these documentaries.
You know what I keep finding about those things with these successful people is the narcissism that's involved. And it's almost like, because narcissistic people, they can be very, very popular. They always have this falling off, something happens, and usually just this crazy life because it's all about them.
Yeah.
I think that might be a case. I don't know if
But
you
he was
agree or
already,
not.
everybody already knew he was nuts. And when the Me Too thing started,
he's
I
a
went, well,
narcissist.
Vince is going to be involved. And then he was.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised.
Yeah, we just started watching that. I know nothing about wrestling. So
Oh, you're gonna love it
I
then.
found it very fascinating.
I knew
so
enough.
When you get to the Montreal screw job, that's a good time.
I think I'm not.
Which
I
we
don't
need
know
to
if I'm
use
there
that
yet.
term. You're going to love it. How bad he screwed him over. But can I just talk about
Yeah, yeah,
what
yeah.
I know about wrestling? It's a fake. It's because he wanted to take who was the wrestler?
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels wanted to take the
Bret
belt.
Hart. No, Bret
yeah.
Hart wanted
Bret Hart
to
wanted
take it to WCW.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
It was just it's this plastic thing, and they made it such a big deal.
Because it is.
But you know what I'm saying? You still can walk away saying
But
it.
if
Maybe
you were
might not
leaving
have
with
the belt.
but if you were leaving with your anchor chair from here, we'd be like, oh, you're going to the Today Show with your anchor chair. Be like, no, you're leaving the anchor
No,
chair here.
I tried to
Hold on.
understand the same thing too, Mitch, and I was just like, I don't get it.
It's not,
I don't
you can,
get it.
You can go with the title.
Yeah.
Don't-
And
Andrea, I'll
Alan
take
was
it
just like, yeah, but it's the belt. And I was like, I don't understand.
Andrea,
I
I'll take you to NXT down the
Okay.
street at WWE,
And then
and
I'll
then
get
you'll
it.
understand it. Yes.
I do want to go check.
Yeah,
let's
we
check
should
that out.
go.
Yeah.
Check that out.
Corey Feldman, actor.
From the Coreys back in
Stand By Me. That's
Stand By Me. There we
the
go.
one I always think of. Do you know that he makes about $230,000 a month in residuals?
Good for
believe
him.
it.
All right.
In residuals. Now he's been married since 2016.
Okay.
How many
The
times?
reason why we know this is because the wife is asking for more money because she's saying he only gives her a couple grand a month to survive on. So of course all this information is disclosed to the courts. She wants at least $5,000 a month to live on. She currently
divorces.
works at a coffee house.
You know, yeah, and what do you call it?
Pre-COVID?
No.
Prenuptial?
Thank you. Yes. So that you know, first off, you're married Corey Feldman. So all right, you're kind of
You know you're marrying the
circus.
circus.
Yes.
But you walk into a marriage, it's like, all right, what did you help him make that amount of money? Why should you get a certain amount of it? So,
I'm thinking by 2016, I'm not sure what he was doing, if there was anything
Matt.
new. So I assume that all those residuals came from all the stuff he did as a
had
younger
to.
kid.
He had to.
So she can't be privy to that.
that's what I say. Yeah.
income. Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but divorce is never pretty, no
it's
matter
ugly,
what.
right?
It's always ugly
Yeah.
for sure. All right, we got a story that proves that some people are just not cut out to be parents. Check this out. We go to Arkansas, where a couple there arrested after they tried selling their 2-month-old baby for $1,000 and a 6-pack of beer. The duo are now facing felony charges for endangerment and trying to take cash in exchange for their infant. Sheriff's office got a call from someone at the Hideaway Campground in the Ozarks claiming that the couple was actually selling their child. The caller said the parents had a signed letter granting custody with a disclaimer stating, quote, "After signing this, there will be no changing y'all minds and never contacting us again.
I've never had a contract with y'all in it.
I want a lawyer to put something that says y'all's mine on it. The baby is now in the care of the Arkansas Department of Human Services, so that's good. And it's sad. It's even sadder that there's a place, fire stations. They have the safe place where people can drop off in situations like this. But it's sad when I see stuff like this. So when you think of the child growing up, hopefully it'll be in a better position, a better family later on. But you play the game and you have a child, your life changes.
Netflix is already starting a documentary on him.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, babies having babies, right? These
100%.
two look like they're not even out of high school yet.
And there's so much to learn that you have to, and I'm still learning as a parent. But gosh, I just hate hearing stories like that.
Well, a Florida woman found herself dangling from a third-floor parking garage after accidentally hitting the gas. How many times have we heard this?
Let's guess where it's from.
Yep.
Florida.
Footage from the scene shows the woman in her white Porsche hanging off the edge of a Miami parking garage.
There it is.
The rear wheels appeared to be wedged into what was left of a concrete wall. Only a tree appeared to be keeping the SUV from crashing 3 stories down onto the ground. Rescue workers used ropes to pull the woman to safety.
And if anybody at the Miami Fire Rescue needs a editing job, I mean, you guys do a great job with that.
Look at the triple boxes. It's very impressive.
With it floating over? Like, is that a drone
That
shot?
did
Yeah, that's
great.
pretty
I
good.
mean, it's wonderful on that. It could happen to any of us. I can't say it's ever happened to me. I'm knock on wood that it never would. But can you imagine how scary it would be knowing, even if like that height,
On a parking garage,
in the parking garage. Think about that.
Oops.
We go now to NBC, where anchor Hoda Kotb, I can never say her name.
Kotb.
Thank you. Is actually saying later to today, even though they offered her millions to stay. The 60-year-old anchor announced that she's leaving morning news program after 26 years with the network. She wants to retire to her country house, away from the spotlight, and focus on raising her 2 young daughters. Hoda will also be stepping away from her 10 a.m. show she currently hosts with Jenna Bush Hager. That show actually became popular when Kathy Lee Gifford was her co-host all the way up to 2019. Hoda became official co-host of the Today Show following Matt Lauer's controversial exit. And I believe she also went through her adoption with her child as well. She was very open about that as well. So nice to see that. And generally when we hear in the business, I want to spend more time with the family. If you preemptively did it, and I'm sure that that's the case. When you get to that, you realize what your priorities are.
She's in her early 60s. She talks about she just bought this house just outside of Manhattan. It's more in the country. She wants to do it. She wants to make it over. She wants to just be comfortable, rest and relax. She's got 2 young daughters now, and she wants to be there for them to raise them. And she's waking up at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning to do this morning show.
It's very difficult by all means. And they even offered her a couple extra vowels for her last name. And she said, no, I'll go without.
She's making $8 million a year.
Good for her, though. I like her.
I like her.
She's she seems
And
normal.
I get that.
Very, very relatable.
Relatable,
yes,
too. Okay,
yeah, for sure. Well, is there something in the celebrity water? Because another couple has arrived at Splitsville. The wife of Joey Lawrence has filed for divorce after 2 years of marriage. She cited irreconcilable differences as the reason for the split. Don't they all? Joey's soon-to-be ex-wife states in her filing that she is opposed to Lawrence taking their daughter for extended periods of time. She waived her right to spousal support and requested sole custody of their 1-year-old daughter.
Wow.
The couple met while working on the Lifetime movie My Husband's Secret Brother.
She
claims
that should have
they've been living apart for the last few months.
It's a shame. Again, another divorce story by all means. And I think, when you go, oh, you want sole custody, you always shoot for the moon, I imagine, in these kind of situations. But in the end, is the best for the child. It sounds like he wants to be in the child's life, but sole custody means
It almost
gets all
seems
that
sort of
care.
like, I'm going to embarrass you and make this as difficult for you as possible, so I'm going to demand sole custody, because then that will suggest that you've done something improper.
Indeed,
right?
which helps you in the court case.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, there is a food truck in the United States that actually offers, in the UK, I'm sorry, that offers its customers seagull insurance with their meals, just in case the pesky birds actually have to take off with their food. Hawkins Barbecue, actually a fun idea here, selling the insurance deal just for $1 and some change. The small fee guarantees customers a full replacement of their meal if a seagull actually comes and flies off with one of their juicy barbecue sandwiches and loaded
cute.
fries. And the proceeds for the insurance policy will actually donate it to a local wildlife charity.
Nice.
So far, the public's reaction, fantastic. I like that. You're making actually a donation
Yes.
to a great organization
Yeah.
that's going to do stuff. But also they're like, well, they'll put their, maybe apparently it happened so much so that they needed to have some kind of insurance.
Seagull insurance.
Seagull.
Sounds like it's a terrific place to kind of check out the scenery and enjoy your barbecue sandwich.
And the seagulls, but the more people that feed them, the less they're afraid there, and they come down. Well,
And the more that arrive, they're like, there must be like a call out to the club. Hey, everybody, over here. We
flock
got
of
a
seagulls.
sucker right here.
we found one. We found one. Or is that a parrot? That's a parrot. All right, we're going to do some parenthood. We're going to jump into that when we return with Catherine Celery. Stick around. I love this part of our show. As kids start to settle into the new school year, the challenges that come with it are really still unfolding. So joining us now with more is our parenting expert, Catherine Celery, who we love having you on. Catherine, welcome back to Daily Flash. How are you?
Great. Thank you so much. It's so lovely to be here.
We're glad to have you here because this is such a big time. Some kids maybe just now starting school, like at kindergarten, first grade, some maybe all the way up to high school, going into high school. And when I think back to school, the word actually that comes up, and I'm sure you'll agree, is anxiety. It's okay because you got some tips on how we can actually deal with that anxiety with our kids. And the first one, obviously, is just talk about it. Am I right?
Absolutely. So worries and fears, they always seem bigger and scarier when you don't talk about them. No matter whether you've got teens, young adults on their way back to college, or even the little ones, right? Ask your kids to tell you what's going on for them about going back to school. And the more specific, the better. Are they worried about getting sick?
Okay.
Unsure what to expect when it comes to protocols and regulations? Are they worried about being alone, not fitting in, getting bullied, keeping up with the work, not getting the grades they want? Having to deal with your disappointment if they screw up. If there's something in you that displays or likes reassuring, resist the urge, because that actually is a roadblock to them continuing to open up.
So I guess you can kind of say this should be kind of a one-way conversation, meaning you're just going to ask the kids, no judgment, not fix anything. Just what's your anxieties? What's where you're worried about? And do we start the conversation off like that? I mean, most kids are already back in school, or do we wait to the end of the school day? Because I can tell you this, at the end of the school day, so you'll ask them, how was school? Oh, it's fine. They're never going to tell you. So when's the best time to do that?
I love what you're asking about. And I would also just use this opportunity to say at the end of the school day, don't even attempt to have a conversation without giving them crackers and cheese and an apple and rebuilding the glucose in the brain, because kids burn glucose in the brain twice as fast as you do.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely do that.
Replenish them. Basically replenish all of the resources internally so that they can, because you know what the body does. It shuts down and it just goes to working your heart and all of the things keeping you alive, but not regulating your emotions and certainly not interaction. So you got to feed them before you start.
Yeah.
However, to your original point, you should have this conversation, on a Saturday when you guys are sitting around, doing craft together, when there's no pressure at all.
Makes a lot of sense that way. I know for my parents, there were some some bad situations, they had to deal with it, but I just knew when my dad got home. Is that something that we should actually be ready for? Because your kids more than likely are going to find themselves in new situations, right?
Absolutely. So, establish procedure for bad situations. The process is important because it's easier for the kid to go, okay, they built it in. So if you've got a fire in the school or an anticipated problem, like a known bully, if you've rehearsed it and gotten familiar with like the school resources, the practices, the procedures, you have an actionable list for you know what to do. You've reviewed it together. Everybody understands it. So that's so good for them to just feel more relaxed. And also at home, review your own safety procedures. Where do you go? Where's the exit? How do I get in contact with you? What do I do? How do I find a trusted adult? So it's important for both of you to figure it out so that the emergencies are not quite as scary.
Indeed. And the safety word, they also establish a safety word, which you definitely can know if you're ever in a situation that they can get out of, or if they're in a problem, they can mention that safety word. And we're talking about all this stuff, like generally when we talk about we're worried, we think about all the bad things that are happening, but that can make things even more scarier, I can imagine, right?
So focus on the positive. So when
Okay.
those negative thoughts arise, a really helpful approach is to get bigger than what's bugging you, what's bugging them. So using the skills of self-talk, how you're talking to yourself and how you as the adult are reflecting back to your kids. For example, you could say, it sounds like there's a part of you that's really worried or scared or nervous or
Uh-huh.
cautious or whatever the word is that fits what they've shared with you. And if you were to turn toward that part and listen, what do you imagine it's trying to protect you from? Can you be with that part in a way that makes it feel completely seen, heard, and understood by you? This is the practice that helps you avoid merging with the worry. And instead, remember that you and they are so much bigger than any single worried part.
Makes
So,
sense.
a few door openers are you excited to see your classmates, to make new friends? Are you looking forward to playing a sport? So, by teaching somebody how to be with their feelings, turn toward their feelings, and truly listen in, they can avoid being consumed by them, overwhelmed by them, swamped by them, and recognize that they don't need to define themselves by that one emotion. Breathing techniques, obviously, are really helpful tools for regulating the nervous system, relaxing and creating space inside.
And teaching that at a younger age will help them as they go through that situation as well.
Totally.
I do know, talking to you so many times, you give out some great advice, and generally you'll always say, have a routine. That way the kids know. In school, is it just as important?
Absolutely. So consistency and predictability is needed to feel secure, especially necessary when you're under pressure in difficult times. So establish a daily routine. It really supports your kids' emotional and mental well-being. Their focus, everything, whether they're at home, at college, waking up, eating breakfast, going to school, doing homework, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's so helpful when it's a routine for them. So adding a time to debrief about their day in that routine, whether they're at school and coming home in person, or whether it's a check-in call with a kid at college, just to play parts of that routine really help kids just know, oh yeah, I'm going to have a call from mom soon or dad, or yeah,
Yeah.
really helpful.
We're also in control of the floodgate of the energy that we proceed out to them. How important is it actually to keep them calm and maybe restraining some of that energy?
So fun. Yeah. So they're so quick to mirror our
Yeah.
feelings. So mom, dads, right? Try your best to exhibit calmness and confidence when talking about going back to school, what they're going through. We have lived through a lot the last few years.
Indeed.
So be patient with yourself and your kids because we're all in this together.
Sure are. Love having you on, Kathy. You know, and I tell everybody here, I love interviewing with you because you just have so much great advice and you lay it out great. And if any parent out there wants more information, check out freeparentingbook.com. You can get this information as well as just some great advice from Catherine Sully as well.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I am Matt Doolittle, and let's get into your daily digits
Let's do it.
today.
Woo!
Now, this first digits, that's going to be $20 million. I'm going to do the pinky thing.
Okay.
So if you're a proper historian and have 20 million bucks laying around, there is a rare copy of the Constitution that might just be yours. In the lead up to the Constitutional Convention of 1787, 100 copies of the U.S. Constitution were printed, but only 8 of them were actually signed by Charles Thompson, the Secretary of the Continental Congress. Yeah. So for the official purposes of being brought to each state for the delegates to deliberate. Well, one of those 8 copies were found in a house in North Carolina, making it one of the only privately owned signed copies of the Constitution in the country. So, so now it's going up for auction at Bruck Auctioners with an opening bid of $1 million, which has already been met. A similar copy of the Constitution sold at Sotheby's for over $42 million. They're figuring this one's going to hit about $20 million.
Wow.
Nick Cage has nothing to do.
I was just... That was the Declaration of Independence. This is the Constitution. I made that joke when I was writing this, and I had to go back and research
you
it.
fixed it, huh?
Also, the people in D.C., the security guards at the Declaration of Independence, hate that joke. Okay, your next number today is 20. Well, if you live in the state of Florida, we all know there's a huge invasive species problem known as the Burmese python.
Yeah.
Every year, there is a
worst.
10-day hunt, which brings awareness to the threat that these pythons pose to the ecosystem. Well, the winner of this hunt this year bagged himself 20 Burmese pythons.
Look at that, 20.
This is
goodness.
Ronald Kiger, who removed 20 Burmese pythons from the
Thank
Florida
you, Ronald.
Everglades and was awarded the
Talk about
grand
hero.
prize of $10,000. Last year, he was a runner-up. So, just never give up on your dreams.
No way.
Personal story, though. Personal story. I hit one with a car and they gave me $100.
Did they really?
Down in Miami, yes. I hit one in the Everglades and they gave me $100 because I called the wildlife people. I'm like, hey, I hit this snake. I don't want to be like bad. And it was blood all over the car and everything. They're like, here's a $100 check from the state.
Very nice.
Oh, wow.
So,
And you didn't have to clean it up off the road and put it in your car? or
no.
anything?
They took it with them, but they gave me $100, and more than 800 people from 33 states, including Canada, participated, and they removed 195 Burmese
for them. I'm
pythons
so
from the
happy.
wild. So,
Very
remember,
happy.
folks, if you want to kill animals, just come to Florida.
Get paid for it, right?
Get paid for it.
Matt, thanks so much there. And of course, our daily digits we give to you every week. We always love doing that. Here's something very important to know about. Did you know that actually veterans are nearly 2 times more likely to die by suicide than civilians? Well, right now, there's one organization that's actually helping veterans and their families. Here's more.
It's National Suicide Prevention Month, and once again, Cohen Veterans Network, the nonprofit network of mental health clinics for post-9/11 veterans, service members, and their families, have launched a special initiative to help.
Veterans are 1.7 times more likely to die by suicide than their civilian counterparts, with the highest risk occurring during their transition from military service. So to bring awareness to this critical period, we've launched Mind the Gap, Preventing Suicide After Service. It's a campaign that provides strategies and resources for suicide prevention.
Neil Walden says each year approximately 200,000 men and women transition from U.S. military service to civilian life. The year following military service has been called the Deadly Gap, a period in which the veteran suicide rate is 2.5 times the rate among active duty military personnel. Reaching out to individuals during their transition can have a meaningful impact.
The transition from military service can be filled with opportunity. It can be a really exciting time for many veterans as they face the next chapter in their life. However, some veterans may also face significant challenges during this period due to loss of camaraderie, a loss of sense of purpose, employment and financial stress, and maybe coping with unmet mental health challenges and conditions. The convergence of such challenges can result in elevated suicide risk, particularly for those who exit the military on short notice or without a plan in place. In addition to therapy, CVM provides comprehensive case management services, which can support transitioning veterans and all clients with potential stressors such as unemployment, finances, housing, and more.
As part of the campaign, the network has created a new interactive tool that individuals can utilize for a proactive approach to suicide prevention. Speak Up, How to Address Concerns About Suicide, provides suggestions about what to say and do if a loved one is exhibiting signs of emotional distress.
This tool is available for free. It's important that we get behind the issue of suicide and work together to bring these numbers down.
To learn more, visit cohenveteransnetwork.org/suicide prevention.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I am Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment.
So glad to have you here on this Thursday. We've got some great news stories to talk to you and share with you coming up. And this is surprising, you know, even after so many decades, the JFK conspiracy is still out there, right?
Yes.
And it's, you know, when are they going to release it? It seems like they trickle it out like just enough, but it's still, so much is redacted. So we wanted to find more and more. Well, they just found, believe it or not, another 1 minute long video of the day he was assassinated, and they put it up for auction. Basically, this guy, his grandfather, had kept it in a milk crate for this long, and he passed it down from family.
Yeah.
And finally, the grandson gets it and says, "Well, you know, let's put it up for auction." It's about 1 minute long, and it shows the moment right after he was shot. So there's probably
on the way to the hospital.
Yeah, like after it all came down. Anyway, it sold on auction for $138,000. Just this 1 minute video of all of this, and seemed pretty well preserved as well, but it's interesting how we still want to know. I guess because there's so many questions out there of what actually, was there another shooter, I guess?
It's so hard to believe that at this point in time that we don't know the truth of exactly what happened. And I think a lot of people have their suspicions that there was more to it than just, you know, what was presented to the news media. And I think with RFK Jr. now in the news.
Oh, that's a great point.
You know, and I think that's kind of drumming up a lot more interest, and people are opening up the history books once again and kind of taking in a second, third look at it.
And I think with the assassination attempt of Donald Trump as well, I mean, seeing this sort of thing is, you know, why, because of the conspiracy theory behind it.
Sure.
Have you been to that spot in Dallas?
Well, I was just in Dallas, believe it or not, for my daughter's wedding, and we were going to go out there, but I rented an electric car, and I was afraid I had to charge it up, so we didn't get to
I've been there, and there's a bunch of people standing around, you know, giving out, you know, conspiracy theory brochures and all that. But you stand there and go, there's no way this is how they said it went. Like, you're looking at where it is and the angles, and you're like, no, that had to cut. You can see it when you're there.
You can see the grassy knoll. You can see everything. It's an interesting place, and it's an eerie place to go check out. But it's also because we're talking about it now. You should actually be there. So.
Well, as anyone on a weight loss journey knows, hours of hard work and a commitment to healthy habits are instrumental in actually hitting your goal weight. Joining us now is independent coach Kristen Glass. She's from Optavia, the habit-based coach-guided lifestyle solution. She's also joined with her client and friend, Holly Anastasia. Kristen, talk a little bit about your coaching philosophy.
I think coaching is so important to someone's health journey because you're actually working with another person who has experienced what you're experiencing. So often when we're on our health journey, we do it in the dark. We don't share it with people, but having another person to hold you accountable and hold you accountable from a place of being there before is incredibly valuable. 90% of Optavia coaches were also clients themselves. And coaching is much more than just encouraging. While encouraging is really helpful, what for me was the most helpful was that my coach had been there before me, and she knew as a busy mom with young kids, I needed weight loss to be absolutely simple. And Optavia provides that with grab-and-go snacks, with our helpful guides, and most importantly, that coach that's really almost taking the thinking out of it for you.
So my health journey started in 2018. Kristen is an old friend of mine. I started seeing her sharing about her health journey, and she was absolutely glowing. And I was at a point where I was so uncomfortable in my own skin. I knew that I needed to change, but I needed something simple, and I needed structure, even though I probably didn't want it. But Kristen had gone before me, and she was coaching and offered to show me the way, and I said, absolutely yes. You know, in a recent study, we have found that actually having support on a health journey leads to more weight loss than if you were to do it alone. And I have absolutely experienced that, having tried to go at it alone many times in the past.
You just go to optavia.com/results. And don't forget, National Coaches Day is October 6th. So whether you're just brand new starting out like we were, or you're somebody who might be navigating the complex nutritional needs and mindset needs of someone on GLP-1 medicines, or you're someone who's already living a healthy lifestyle, Optavia has products, programs, and most importantly, one-on-one coaching to get you to your goals.
Lasting weight loss can often be overwhelming to navigate on your own. That's why having a coach is so important in staying on track toward your goals. Joining us is independent coach Gianna Asensio from Optavia, the habit-based coach-guided lifestyle solution, and her client and friend, Sharon Rainey. Good morning, ladies.
Hi, thanks for having us. I personally understand how tough it can be to focus on your health, whether you're on GLP-1 medications or not. But for those on GLP-1s, the reduced appetite can make it even trickier. You're eating less, but more often than not, you're eating less of the same things that got you to that unhealthy place in the first place. And let's be real, it can be frustrating sometimes to figure it out all on your own. What do I eat? How often? And how do I lose unhealthy body fat while preserving lean muscle? That's a lot. And that's where a coach and Optavia's simple structured plans come into play. GLP-1s give you the added help that you may need, but when you combine them with the right nutrition and the personal support of a coach, that's where you'll see lasting results.
The word that comes to mind is freedom. I've struggled with weight my entire adult life, and battling this constant food noise left me feeling stuck or controlled. With Optavia and the support of my coach, Deanna, I began losing the weight and making healthy lifestyle changes, but I still had that food noise in the background that persisted, and it left me feeling exhausted. That's when I decided to add a GLP-1 medication to my health journey. And for me, it's been a game changer. If I could give you some advice, I would encourage you, anyone who is struggling with weight loss or with learning healthy habits, to get a coach.
And especially this time of year, so many people are starting a weight loss journey, and it can feel very daunting, especially if you're trying to figure it out on your own. This is why I love Optavia. It's all about making small, manageable changes to fit into your day-to-day life. If you'd like to learn more, you can visit us at optavia.com/results.
Hey, research shows that most resolutions are abandoned by February, so let's turn to a health and wellness expert to discover strategies to set achievable goals in the new year. Joining us now is registered dietitian and nationally recognized nutrition expert, Mia Side. Welcome to the show.
I have tips to help make this your healthiest year yet. Starting with supplements, Swanson Health has been a trusted leader in vitamins and supplements for 55 years, offering a wide range of high-quality, pure and potent wellness products. You can find them at swansonvitamins.com. Next, on to food. If you're looking to lead a healthier lifestyle and are looking for dairy-free options, Kite Hill's dairy-free cream cheeses is my recommendation. And to help stay on track with your goals in the new year, the new Attic Lance Foundation Planner lets you dream big, plan smart, and make your goals happen with its easy-to-use 3-step planning system. And my last tip is to incorporate more fresh fruit into your diet. Pears are versatile, convenient, and delicious. With over 10 different varietals, fresh USA pears are available year-round. Visit nutritionbymia.com for more information.
Academy Award-winning actress Kathy Bates is sharing insight into her dramatic weight loss. Check this out. The 76-year-old says she lost more than 100 pounds during the past 6 years. She credits exercise, mindful eating, and knowing when to push the plate away for losing the extra weight. Health complications followed her on the set of Harry's Law back in 2011. She admits it was difficult to stand and even walk during that time. Bates was also diagnosed with ovarian cancer in 2003, breast cancer in 2012. Wow. The star of the new Matlock series says she hasn't been this slim since college and feels better than ever.
Then she was on the red carpet on the Emmys and go, no, I meant like maybe for a regular series, I'm still going to act. And so for that, we're very happy.
I love Kathy Bates.
I love her. Reminds me of my mom.
What is KSA Entertainment? It's trending news, entertainment, lifestyle, KSA Entertainment, culture, KSA. It's love, it's food, it's family, KSA. It's life, it's shopping, it's empowerment, KSA Entertainment, it's fitness, it's travel, KSA. It's fun, it's engaging, it's Daily Flash Latino, life, love, shopping. This is KSA Entertainment.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash, a current, compelling, and newsworthy subject. Yep, we got it. Here's more.
Middle school can be tough. We've all been there. But it's especially tough for those who are going through a lot more than the average preteen, like kids who are experiencing loss. It's easy for them to feel like they're all alone and to keep their feelings locked up inside. But they're not alone. Opening up to friends and connecting with others about their loss can help them start to heal. And it doesn't just have to be connections they make at school, or even in real life. These shared experiences can be found on the pages of a graphic novel, finding comfort in the middle of a story they can hold in their hands, with characters who can teach them something new, like how to share their story with someone else. Because even when we feel lost in the middle, we're not lost forever. We can always still find each other. Strength comes in many forms, and a book can be one of them.
Hey, from tightening the skin on your face to that on your body, 2025 aesthetic trends are about non-invasive procedures and enhancing natural beauty for a new you this year, and defining your unique features. Here's more.
Thanks for having me on your show. Over the last year, we have seen a significant rise in weight loss medications. Many people are adding these to their exercise and diet regimens. Experiencing weight loss related to specific medications, such as the GLP-1s, GIP, and other factors like diet, postpartum, or aging, is something I talk to patients about all the time. Many of them are concerned about unexpected effects of weight loss on their skin, and some are noticing increased appearance of sagging or lax skin on their face or body. What many people don't realize are there non-surgical options for tightening the skin on the face and the body. For people experiencing mild to moderate sagging or lax skin, I recommend Thermage. It's a simple, non-invasive treatment that can give immediate results on both the face and body, like abdomen and legs. Thermage uses radio frequency energy to heat the deep, rich collagen layers of the skin, while the tip vibrates and cools the surface to help aid in patient comfort. This works at a cellular level to stimulate the formation of new collagen over time. Thermage can help contour the skin on the face, jawline, and under the chin. Patients can expect to see subtle, natural-looking results immediately, with continued results over 6 months. Thermage can help tighten the skin on the legs, stomach, and buttocks. It can also help smooth the skin and temporarily reduce the appearance of cellulite. Frequently, patients who have lost weight have a renewed interest in aesthetic treatments, and Thermage is a favorite of mine for patients and for me personally for many years, and for tightening skin across several areas of concern. To learn more about skin tightening, visit Thermage.com and be sure to ask your provider if these treatments are right for you. Thank you for having me on your show.
Hey, as we start the new year, we're looking for ways to look and feel our best from the inside out and make some positive changes to our routines. Up next is lifestyle editor Joanne Butler with the scoop on the best ways to do it. Good morning, Joanne.
Hi, thanks for having me. Well, starting a health journey in the new year can feel daunting, but it doesn't have to. It's all about finding ways to make it easy, enjoyable, and help you stay the course to keep the momentum going. I'm a big fan of protein shakes, so just an easy, delicious way to add satisfying protein to my daily routine, whether it's part of breakfast or lunch or drinking one for a post-workout boost, even good in coffee or tea, or adding it to my pancakes for added protein. Premier Protein here is my fave because they're super delicious, 12 different flavors to choose from, plus they're filled with good, easy to understand nutrition. 30 grams of high quality protein in each serving, and at a great price point too. You can find these at stores like Walmart, Target, and Amazon, so you just can't go wrong. Now, when it comes to healthy eating, having something at the ready is really half the battle, something accessible just helps you make better choices. I love Fresh Express for this. I reach for these pre-packaged salads all the time. More than 100 varieties to choose from here and filled with all good nutritious things as well. They have a ton of great recipes on their website too, like this citrus spring mixed salad that we put together here. They're also doing something really fun called the Fresh Start Challenge, a 31-day campaign to inspire healthier habits. So, things like getting more greens and staying hydrated and tips on how to stay active. And you can share your progress using hashtag #FreshStartChallenge. They'll post daily online and on social media, and it's just a great way to keep you accountable and stay on track. You can also win weekly prizes, and 5 grand prize winners will get a wellness-themed prize package with all kinds of goodies. So you don't want to miss out on that. The campaign runs through February 5th, freshexpress.com to join in on the action. Now, according to the CDC, 43% of us said they felt more stressed than the year before. More than 1/3 of Americans don't get as much sleep as they need. We all know the recommendations, right? The average person needs at least 7 hours, but that's a joke for most women, unfortunately, between hormones and stress. So Vitaful here is a brand new company with botanical supplements made for women by women. Their first line is centered on kanna, which is a succulent used for ages in South Africa to elevate mood and reduce stress and tension. And they actually work with South African farmers to ensure the highest quality and effectiveness. They're amazing. This is their Kanna Vita Dream. It's blended with other sleep-inducing herbs as well to calm the mind, promote relaxation, and get the body ready for sleep. Intentionally was made without melatonin, so this naturally helps you fall asleep, stay asleep, all natural, plant-based, and wake feeling rested and refreshed, not groggy. Just love them. And if you're just looking for a little support dealing with stress during the day, I really like the Kanna Vita Balance. That one's for you. It's just amazing to help stress and elevate your mood. And you can find Vitaful at wearevitaful.com. Now, last but not least, I'm a huge fan of probiotics. Just a healthy gut is everything, just the key to feeling your best from the inside out. Your gut is unique. A lot of people don't realize, you are what you eat, what you do, where you live. That all plays a role in gut health. These are Floristar probiotics. They're the #1 selling one worldwide. What's so special about these is they actually work to restore your natural gut flora to give you just what you need, flushing out the bad bacteria and boosting the good, and actually strengthening your digestive health and supporting your own immune system too. So they're different from others that claim billions of CFUs and multiple strands of bacteria. Floristar Dual Action Formula, they make a kid's version too, and you can find them right in the digestive health aisle. And there you have it, my must-haves for a healthier new you this new year.
Thanks for all that great info. We'll make sure we have it on our website at dailyflashshow.com. More Flash right after this. Hey, we have the scoop on the best technologies you want to have in your home this year. Joining us with the scoop is lifestyle editor Joanne Butler. Hey, Joanne.
Hi, thanks for having me. Let's start in the workhorse of the home, the kitchen. This is the new fridge everyone's just buzzing about. It's the LG French door. What's amazing about this is that it has 0 clearance at the top. You see the hinge up there? So you can install it nearly flush to the wall, open the French doors wide open, and it's just so slim. It looks like it's built in, but it's not. So it's just a great, more economical way to have something that looks like it's built in. Plus, it gives you more shelf space, more space for door bins. It also has an advanced cooling system, so it keeps the optimal temperature and humidity levels at all times, so your food stays fresher for longer. Just amazing. Another huge trend, screens. Everywhere, from the kitchen to the car, people just want to be entertained more than ever, and this one is just next level from LG. It's their OLED Evo G5 83-inch TV. Has the most insane AI features that actually analyze content on the screen to optimize every single detail. So you just have stunning, sharp, bright picture quality and clarity, lifelike images, so you feel like you're right in the scene of whatever you're watching, a movie, TV show, a game. Gamers will just go nuts over this. Immersive sound quality too. Of course, exceptional for gamers, like you're right in the game. It has up to 165 hertz. That's the refresh rate. So the motions are super smooth, speedy, fast, like no lag at all. Just Hollywood level goodness all the way here. It also supports multiple OS upgrades to ensure you are always in business. If you're serious about your TV and you have a gamer in the house, you must have this TV. Now, other things we saw, lighting, lots of cool features there. If you want to set a techie vibe or to enhance productivity in a home office or just to relax, even in the bedroom, all different cool colored lighting. New in flooring this year, engineered flooring that looks just like the real thing, hardwood, but it's actually engineered and layered. So it's a little more durable, but easier and less expensive to install. So you can't go wrong. And there you have it, must-have tech for the home this year.
Thanks for all that great info. We'll have that on our website at dailyflashshow.com.